England rugby in crisis. Can Steve Borthwick reinvent the team after Italy humiliation? T.S. Eliot's haunting words. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper, have rarely felt so appropriate in the context of England national rugby union team. Under the bright lights of the Stadio Olimpico, England did not go down swinging. They whimperingly collapsed, while the host nation, Italy national rugby union team, roared with a performance that will long be remembered in the annals of Italian rugby. Italy's 23-18 victory over England was more than just a single result. It symbolized a seismic shift in European rugby and exposed a number of systemic issues within England's team that must be addressed if Steve Borthwick's tenure is too. Survived at Italy's heroic performance, Italy's players delivered one of their finest performances in decades, channeling over 30 years of near misses and frustrations into a display that combined physicality, skill, and tactical intelligence. Center Duo Tommaso Menincello and Juan Ignacio Brex were commanding in attack, reminiscent of the Roman gladiators immortalized in statues throughout the Eternal City. Captain Michel Lamaro led a forward pack that combined precision and aggression, displaying a level of commitment that would make Mars, the Roman god of war, proud. Lewis Lineack, whom many English fans might have expected in a green and gold jersey, flourished in the Italian attack, with every touch seemingly blessed by Venus herself. This was not a game won by a single player. It was a collective effort by all 23 Italians, leaving England outclassed, outspirited, and ultimately outplayed. England's collapse for England. The game served as a stark reminder of the fragility that has crept into the national setup. Defensive lapses, discipline issues, and an inability to convert pressure into points characterized a performance that was unworthy of a team with championship ambitions. Maro Itoje and Sam Underhill saw yellow cards, further compounding England's woes, while the attack faltered in critical moments. It was a repeat of the failures against Scotland national rugby union team and Ireland national rugby union team, leaving the team facing a record-low finish if results do not improve against France. Echoes of 2018, this campaign bears striking resemblance to the 2018 Six Nations, when England finished fifth with only 2 wins from 5 matches. At the time, Eddie Jones had led the team to back-to-back titles and an 18-test winning streak, only for a championship collapse to expose weaknesses and force a period of reinvention. In both 2018 and 2026, England entered the Six Nations on the back of long winning streaks. 11 consecutive wins in 2026, 12 in 2018, only to stumble dramatically. In both cases, the early promise, including big victories over Wales, gave way to poor form and mounting questions about squad depth, tactics, and leadership. The parallel suggests that England must undergo a process of reinvention similar to the post-2018 rebuild, where new personnel, tactical tweaks, and a shift in team philosophy rejuvenated the national setup. Positional weaknesses. The Italy defeat has exposed a range of positional issues across the squad. Fullback Freddie Stewart was dropped after a poor performance against Ireland, and Elliot Daly cannot be relied upon long-term. Marcus Smith struggled under the high ball, and while George Furbank is expected to return to fitness, England cannot afford to wait for one player to solve the problem. Center. The middle of the park, previously stable after the opening victory over Wales, has regressed. Fraser Dingwall and Seb Atkinson have failed to replicate prior test performances, while Tommy Freeman is still adjusting to 13. Ollie Lawrence's injury and the absence of Henry Slade further complicate selection. Fly half. The 10 jersey remains a source of concern. Both George Ford and Finn Smith have struggled, failing to bring consistency or spark to England's attack. Back row. Borthwick's preference for lightning-fast, jackal-capable back row players has left England lacking in physical presence. Ben Earl carries well, but often alone. Chandler Cunningham South returned from injury, but played just 5 minutes, while Greg Fizolo, a top carrier in the Premiership, was excluded entirely. Across these positions, England has attempted 15 different starting 15 permutations in 3 matches, none of which have resolved the underlying issues. Tactical failings, positional changes alone will not suffice. England's tactical approach has been exposed as inadequate against modern Six Nations opposition. During the winning streak and early in the championship, the team appeared confident and cohesive. Now, they appear confused, reactive, and devoid of the belief that defined the early stages of the season. Casual observers have described the team as a collection of individuals, reflecting a breakdown in structure and shared understanding. The team's attack has lacked creativity and consistency. The kicking game, while functional at times, has been over-relied upon, leaving England without a coherent plan B. Scoring efficiency has plummeted, averaging just 1.6 points per 22 entries, a rate far below test-level expectations. Lesson from the Premiership: the solution to England's attacking woes may lie in the domestic game. While critics often argue the Premiership does not prepare players for Test rugby, the shift towards fast, expansive, and creative rugby at club level mirrors the evolution required at the national level. Clubs like Bath Rugby have pioneered attacking structures built on spatial awareness, strike plays, and intelligent ball movement, producing prolific results. The most tries, 96, highest points, 651, and third most meters, 8,777, in the Premiership season. Crucially, they averaged 2.71 points per 22 entries, far higher than England's national team has managed in 2026. Borthwick has the opportunity to adopt similar principles at the international level, allowing creative minds like Lee Blackett to implement attacking patterns that harness player skills and exploit space. Reinvention is essential. Steve Borthwick must undertake a significant reset, a Borthwick 3.0, if you will. It requires letting go of ineffective structures, embracing new tactical ideas, and giving coaches like Blackett the freedom to shape an innovative and dynamic attack. If England do not reinvent themselves soon, Borthwick's tenure risks ending in the very way Elliott described. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. The road ahead, the upcoming fixture against France, is pivotal, not only for England's Six Nations standing, but for the credibility and future of Borthwick's coaching reign. Beyond that, strategic decisions regarding personnel, tactical approach, and squad identity will define whether England can return to their traditional place as European and global contenders. Failure to address these systemic issues risks repeating the mistakes of 2018 and continuing a period of mediocrity that the fans, players, and administrators will struggle to overcome. Borthwick has a choice: cling to a flawed system or boldly embrace reinvention. The future of England rugby, and perhaps Borthwick himself, depends on it.